This time, a 17-year-old girl is in a coma fighting for her life this morning after being shot by one of her classmates at a Colorado high school on Friday. And we're now learning more about the 18-year-old shooter. One of his good friends is speaking out about possible warning signs. NBC's Ron Mott is outside Arapahoe High School south of Denver this morning. Ron, good morning.
Hey, Natalie, good morning to you. Classes have been canceled for this week, and last night school officials say that they may allow the kids back in sometime toward the end of the week to get their stuff before the winter break. Now, in the meantime, we're starting to get a darker image of this shooter, Carl Pearson, from one of his friends who says he thought he knew him pretty well. They talked last Monday about Carl possibly coming back to the debate team, but police say by that time he had already bought a shotgun. Could Carl Pearson have been quietly plotting a violent attack at his school for weeks, months, perhaps even a couple years? One of his friends, Joe Redmond, who tried helping him deal with frustration over being kicked off the debate team, says, looking back now, there were signs Pearson was in more pain than he ever imagined.
The Carl that I knew was a good person, but obviously the Carl that came into school on Friday was not.
What he could see, Redmond says, was that his fellow co-captain on the team, someone he considered one of the best on the squad, had grown darker since Pearson competed at a national debate competition this summer, an event he attended with their coach, school librarian Tracy Murphy. But that trip didn't go well, Redmond said.
Carl and Murphy did not get along, and whatever it was escalated to a death threat.
Hi, I'm Carl Pearson, a freshman at Arapahoe High School in Littleton.
Pearson, Redmond said, had strong opinions on a lot of things: politics, guns, and in retrospect, Redmond thinks he may have overlooked what he says now are more obvious and ominous signs that ended with Friday's tragedy, in which Pearson died from a suspected self-inflicted gunshot wound.
Hands up for us. Single file behind your teacher, okay?
Carl had been reading the anarchist cookbook since sophomore year and giving it to people, which is basically a recipe on how to make bombs.
His intent was evil.
Officials say Pearson was armed with 3 Molotov cocktails, a machete, and multiple rounds of ammo for his pump-action shotgun, which he bought just a week before. While looking for his coach, Pearson encountered 17-year-old Claire Davis, shooting her in the head, point-blank, authorities say. Over the weekend, students gathered to pray for Davis, returning to campus Sunday for another vigil and reflection.
I think it's going to break down all barriers with cliques and friend groups, and everybody's just going to love everybody.
Claire Davis remains in critical but stable condition this morning. In fact, last night her family issued a statement saying that she is in a coma. They wanted to thank the community for all the outpouring of love and support they've gotten. So,
right.
Natalie, back to you.
Thank you. We're thinking about her as well.